Hello and welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider of the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside April Jauregui. And Coach wrapped up your home tournament over the weekend. I know a 1-2 finished not what you wanted, but you played some very tough matches. I know you guys were looking forward, as every sport, big rivalry with Mississippi, and you took Ole Miss to a 3-2 final. It was one of those matches we were talking about a little while ago. This team shows a lot of fight. You would almost just kind of like to reverse it instead of battling back from a deficit, jump out on some people early in these matches.
Yeah, we've noticed that already throughout the year. Is we've only won one first set, and so we're putting ourselves, at a deficit to start the match. And our team does fight back, which is great. We've now had 3 5-set losses to 3 very good teams. So I think our team's saying, "Hey, we're so close," but we know there's no moral victory in being almost. A victor. You got to just go and take it. So there are the positives of what our team is doing and that we're right there. But we got to make that shift this weekend and know that we are better and we can win those games, outright and not push it to a 5th.
You did turn around the next day. You came back with a 3-0 win over Tennessee Martin in the first match of your afternoon in the intercollegiate. Veronica Zimmerman goes over 2,000 assists in the first set for her career.
Yeah, I think she's been doing a great job distributing the ball. It looked like she was having a lot of fun in that match. And no matter who you're playing, if you play a 5-set the night before and have to come back, less than 12 hours later and play another game, that's tough to do. So I was glad to see our team rebound and get the 3-0 win. And
another tough 5-setter, as you talked about, Arkansas State later that day.
Yeah, it seems to be every time we play them, it's a battle. They get really fired up to play us. I want that atmosphere for our girls. I guess you could say you could shy away from that because we know we've had a lot of hard set battles with them the last few years. But I want our girls to see that and to face that and say, you know what, you got to come and bring it every single match. They came out to play you guys. We battled back, but when you get to a 5th set, anything can happen.
Right. It was a good weekend for Lauren Wright. Not only made the all-tournament team in the Memphis Invitational, she hit 467, also makes the honor roll for the American Conference.
Yeah, we pull out a couple of those games. I think we have a little bit better chance of actual player of the week.
Right.
Because, of course, SMU beat a top 25 team, and so there were some really good things in the conference. But Lauren's been playing phenomenal, and we know teams are going to keep targeting on her. I really can't ask more what she's doing offensively. I think she's doing a great job. We're going to work some more defense. But in terms of leadership and everything she's doing, it's been great. And I think she really showed the type of player that she is and the big difference that she's taken into this season being a senior. And is really one of the premier players in the conference. Knowing that, then teams know that, it's opening up things hopefully for the rest of our players to be able to score.
Well, it seems like after a few weeks, I know you've had some frustrating, the 5-set losses are always frustrating. It almost seems sometimes you'd rather just lose at 3-0 or 3-1 because you're that close. But the positive note is you are that close, a chance to get it really turned around fairly quick. I know you, just talking to you the last few weeks, it seems like you really like this club.
I mean, this is a great group of girls, and for people to come up to you and say, and I felt like we had that last year too, like, man, this team fights and they really get after it, and we're trying to shift the mentality of we have to fight back to we're good enough just to go and take it. We have the weapons, we have the team, we have the leadership on the court, we have the seniors, we have a lot of returners, almost our whole starting lineup from last year. So we have the ability to do it, and you never want to lose a game. But if you can push those matches to 5, at least we can say to the team, we're right there. We're not getting blown out of the water. We're right there in the matches, and all we have to do is fix a few things, come out strong. We could be 5-1 at this point in the season.
We're going to go down to Starkville this weekend. This will be another tough tournament, and also it's a 4-match tournament. So really, it's gonna be a grind starting Friday when you play Nicholls State, then the host team later in Mississippi State.
Yeah, when you schedule these things back in the spring, you're like, that'll be good. But now we play 8 matches in the next 2 weeks. So I think we get a lot of playing in. And, kind of as a coach, you fix things as you play. We're going to work on stuff in practice, but we understand that when you're playing this many matches, you just can't overjump them, overtrain them, because we got to be fresh, in 3 days to play. So we'll tweak a few things this week, and then we hopefully see it right on the court. There's not major adjustments I feel like we need to make. Just some minor things maybe offensively that we're looking at, and then go play 4 this weekend, and it's going to be a strong tournament. I mean, Northwestern State upset Missouri earlier. They're a top 100 team. Mississippi State, of course, whenever you play an SEC school. South Alabama's had some really good wins. They beat Ball State. And then we know going into Nichols, they're hungry, got a new coach. So we think that there's going to be a big challenge for us and an opportunity to do very well and feel good going into our last preseason tournament.
Again, that's day one, Nichols State and Mississippi State. And as you mentioned, then you turn around Northwestern State and South Alabama. You get in these tournaments where you play the 4 matches. Really, that 4th match gets to be kind of a war of attrition. It gets to be which team can early on bring out a little bit of energy and get an early lead. And it goes back to your point, the team needs to find a way to get that first set win.
Yeah, it's physically demanding, but I think it's more mentally
Yeah.
as well. We're going to approach that with the girls too, that every game has to have the same approach, and that when you get into that 4th set, the last day, the 4th match, is that it really is who does want it more. That's an equal playing field at that point because both teams have played 3 matches. We'll have that fatigue factor, and it's really more of the mental side of who can kind of come out on top.
All right, Coach, as always, we appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
And as head coach April Jauregui, I'm Jeff Brightwell for the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.